I am so excited and super stoked to be sharing with you today one of my favorite recipes ever for a Greek style tigania from Trikala. Absolutely delicious. Got smoked sausage, potato, onion, peppers, eggs, cheese. It's just got all these super delicious flavors. So real quick, I started this off already. I sliced up some Trikalino sausage, which is smoked. If you can't find sausage from Trikala where you are, not a big deal. Just use pretty much any kind of smoked pork sausage will do. So our onions and sausage are doing their thing. It's really starting to smell fantastic in here. The aroma is like crazy. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a green pepper now, real quick. Just lop off the top, take the seeds out, core them out, and I'm just gonna really coarsely chop this up as well. I don't want like little itty bitty tiny pieces. I want pieces, substantial pieces of pepper in this. So just like that, boom. This will go in there as well. And just give this a quick toss and just doing its thing. And everything is just, all the flavors are incorporating. Fantastic. At this point now, I'm also gonna do a little bit of seasoning, and I'm not gonna go that heavy on the salt at all because A, I'm gonna add cheese to this, and B, there's enough salt already in the Trikalino sausage. I'm also gonna take a little bit of pepper, actually quite a bit for me. Put that in there as well, and just continue frying this down. Now we're gonna let that go for about 5 minutes. So as our pan is doing its thing, time to take it to the next step. Now, for this, I'm using 2 potatoes. You can pre-boil these, or you can do what I do, which is I nuke them. I use the microwave a lot. It helps me in the kitchen quite a bit. That's me. Why not if it can make your life easier? If you prefer not to use a microwave or you don't have one, that's totally fine too. All I'm going to do is just cut my potatoes, almost like scallop them down, just like that. And even if they crush up on you, no big deal. Not a big deal at all. So I'm just going to do this, and same with the other one, and just cut them down. And this now will actually incorporate with the flavor of what's in our skillet as well. Perfect. So I'm just going to take this and add that in there. And now we're actually building some body and some substance to our tigania. Give that a quick stir up there and just flip it and just let that do its thing there. Now, the next thing, dried rosemary. Rosemary and oregano, as far as I'm concerned, are the one or the couple of herbs that I actually prefer dry as opposed to fresh. My personal opinion, it is the way it is. You can use whatever you like. You can use fresh or you can use dried, but rosemary in this is quintessential. It's what actually helps make this dish. And in central Greece, it's found everywhere. Actually, it's found everywhere, all over Greece. So that's there. And as well, I'm gonna also add a little bit of added smoky flavor with some smoked paprika. I use this a lot. And for this, I go generous. I do a tablespoon. I like that little zing there. You can use as much or as little as you like, no big deal. Now, watch what's happening here. My hash or my tigania is doing its thing. I'm just gonna take the lid here now and just leave that on and do its thing. Time for us though now to do our thing, which is the next phase, which is tomato. I love using tomato in these dishes. Other than the flavor, it also adds the liquid we need for this, and it's absolutely fantastic. So I'm just gonna take some tomato here, and I'm just gonna just cube it up. You don't need to crush this. This will release its own juices anyway. And you can just hack it, not a big deal, whatever, any way you can. Perfect. Just like that, and just perfect. Let me just take this, move this out of the way. This will go in there as well. And this is coming out freaking amazing. Just to smell the paprika now, the rosemary, all the veggies, the peppers, the onions. That's exactly, we are exactly where we need to be. So just let this go now for another 5 or 6 minutes just to work its way down and let the tomatoes release their liquid. I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna start folding it over, nice and easy. So you don't even need to flip this. If you can't, just take something like a spatula or a wooden spoon and flip and flip. That's it. Oh my goodness. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So now it's time to add a little bit of cheese now. This is the gooey factor and one of my favorite parts of this. So I'm just gonna take, in my case here, I'm using Gouda. You can use feta, you can use Swiss, any kind of cheese that you like that has a pretty good melting cheese, by all means, feel free to use. And I'm not gonna grate this, I'm gonna actually just cube it up into pieces, so that way I can actually have little pockets of melted cheese throughout my Tigania. So, very simple, just do this, break this up, and make little cubes. Nothing complicated at all. Just gonna leave this here. I'm gonna do another little flip here. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Gorgeous with a capital wow. Talk about like a hearty meal. Man. All right, I'm gonna take my cheese and literally just bomb it. Wherever it goes throughout, just let it go evenly, just like that. Boom, nothing to this. Again, I'm gonna cover this up. Couple of minutes, let our cheese start to melt before our last and final step, which is adding our eggs. All right, look at this. My cheese now is pretty much melted. It's gonna continue to sink in through the cracks and the crevices of our potatoes and our sausage and our other veggies in here. It's absolutely perfect. The last step, our eggs. For this, I'm gonna add 4 eggs. And very simply, I'm not kidding, I'm literally gonna crack them in here, just like that. And let the eggs cook within the top of our Tigania. Awesome. And even if the yolks crack on you or break, not a big deal at all. And just, there we go, perfect, just like that. And that's it. Put the lid on, let this go until your eggs start cooking and are done to the way you like them, and we'll be ready to serve. All right, so my Tigania is ready to go. That's hot. It looks absolutely fantastic. It looks absolutely perfect. Everything is one happy party in there. Absolutely delicious. The smells, the aromas in here. It's absolutely intoxicating. And there's no reason why you can't make this at home. And those of you who think that eggs are only for breakfast or brunch, think again. It is absolutely not the case. Look at this. My potatoes are crispy and fluffy. Look at this. Gosh, I love a good potato. They're crispy on the outside and they're like fluffy, almost like baked potatoes on the inside. I'm gonna take a little bit. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take my knife. I'm gonna cut a piece of cheese, cut a piece of sausage, actually, cheese. A piece of sausage here, just like that. I'm gonna take a little bit of this too. That's the money shot right there. Mmm. 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 Holy smokes, is that ever good? Mmm. So delicious. This is a meal anytime. You can have this for brunch. You could have this for a cozy dinner romantic dinner for two. Put this on your table with a couple of forks, and it's party time, baby. So my friends, that's it for this episode today on my Tigania from Trikala. Very easy to make. You can substitute your own ingredients. If you can't find the Trikalino sausage, use any kind of pork smoked sausage you can, and it is absolutely fine. And, you know, it's one of these meals that you can make, you know, get a bunch of girlfriends together and have at it, or a few guys over and have like a gourmet meal. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already, so you don't miss any of my recipes or any of the dishes I come up with. I had such a blast showing this and sharing this with you, especially from Greece. Check me out online as well at Ken's Greek Table for this recipe and so many others, kensgreektable.com. And until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you on the next one. Much love from Greece. Bye for now.